Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage, and today we've got another Craftsman wrench and socket haul. You might remember a couple weeks ago I bought an eBay auction and I opened up the boxes on camera. Well, I did it again, except this time I've got everything laid out so we could go through this pretty quickly. Let's start out here on the left side of the table. We're going to start with the double open-end wrenches. These are some of the more modern VV series, VA series, SAE. We've got one of the 5/8 3/4. We've got a stack of the 1/2 inch 9/16, another stack of the 3/8 7/16, and one of the 1/4 5/16. Not really anything I can put a full set together here, just kind of miscellaneous pieces. Next up, we got one metric double open wrench. That's right, just one. And there it is. This I was more excited about. Craftsman Vanadium. These things are really cool. They're mega vintage, antique, part of Craftsman history. They're in really good shape. Whoever JK was, he wanted to initial them, so it's a little bit of a bummer, but I've never seen, this many pieces in this good condition. These have the C1 stamp, and I believe these date back to the 1930s, if I'm correct. Definitely cool. Glad to have gotten those. Got a Tappet wrench, Craftsman number 4, good old V series. It's in really good shape. It's the 3/4 7/8. That's a nice one to have. One of the harder ones to get. More double open end wrenches. These are the old Flying V. No part numbers or model numbers. We've got one of the 1 by 15/16. We have 7 of the 7/8 by 3/4, just in case I need extras. 13/16 by 25/32, a 3/4 by 5/8, 3 of the 11/16, 19/32, stack of the 1/2 inch 9/16, 3/8 7/16, and 1/4 and 5/16. Actually able to put a set together of these. Just one though, because we're only got one piece of a couple of them, and the rest are, like I said, spares. 2 more Tappet wrenches. This one was really cool. This one is the 1/2 inch by 7/16 old Craftsman here with this raised stamp. Chrome vanadium, C-3002. It's pretty cool. It has the, offset angles, and I haven't seen that style before ever, so it's definitely a rarer find. And then down here we have an old number 2 Tappet wrench, 1/2 inch by 9/16. We got a couple of double box wrenches. We have 3 of the Flying V series here, 2 of the 1/2 inch 9/16. This is a perfect example of the thin versus thick style. They are the same wrench, made in the same time period by the same manufacturer, but one of them was thin and one of them was thick. So kind of interesting. They changed that at some point. Maybe they were breaking and they went thicker at some point later in the production. I'm not sure. If you know more, let me know. We have a 3/8 7/16 here with the single line. Craftsman Vanadium, double box, deep offset. This one here is a 1/2 by 9/16. Interesting find. I was happy to get these. I am a collector of the Craftsman Vanadium tools. I just think they're super cool. We have the 11/16 by 5/8 here and the 7/16 by 3/8. These have the underline logo, as you see right there. Might be a little bit clearer on the smaller one. And it's just a cool, vintage piece. I think they're really cool. Definitely going to be holding on to those. And these, the stubby double box. Got 2 of the 5/8 3/4 and 1 of the 1/2 inch 9/16. They are V series, not the Vanadium series. We got one flare wrench, 1/2 inch by 9/16, probably a V series. And we got one of the speed wrench, quick wrench, however you want to call them. That should be a VA series, I think. Yep. I don't think I've ever seen them not in VA series, except for the older Flying V ones. All right, combination wrenches. We'll start with SAE because we got more of those. We got 2 of the 1 inch combination wrenches. We got 1 of 15/16. We have 3 of the 7/8. We did not get any 13/16, so I won't be able to put a set with jumbos together, unfortunately. We got 2 3/4 inch. We've got 2 stacks of 11/16, 2 more stacks, 5/8, stacks of 9/16, and just a giant pile of 1/2 inch. These are all the more modern series, the V, VV, and VA series. I separated them from the Flying V, which will be over here, and the E series, which is here. We have more. We got the 7/16, 2 stacks of those. Got a little stack of 3/8, 2 11/32, that unpopular rare size. A couple 5/16, and a couple of the 1/4 inch. What I will be able to do with this, probably put together 2 sets going up to 3/4, and I can include the 11/32 in that and go all the way down to 1/4 inch. That's not too bad. We've got plenty of spares and a couple of jumbos. We've got a few metric pieces here. No sets or anything like that, but we did get 2 9mm, 2 10mm, 2 11mm, 2 12mm, 3 13mm, and 1 15mm. We happen to come home with 2 7/16 in the 6-point style. Those are rarer and hold more value. The E series, I'm not really a fan of these wrenches. They were made in USA, but also overseas at one point. We got 2 of the 11/16, 1 of the 5/8, 1 9/16, 2 7/16, actually 3 of them, and a 5/16 that's been ground and bent and modified. And then, of course, the Flying V wrenches. I think I'll be able to put together 1 set of these. We've got everything from 1/4 inch all the way up to 7/8, minus the 13/16 wrench. We didn't get any of those in this haul. So, like I said, we've got a couple of some and 1 of some others, but I'll be able to put a set, maybe 2 sets of these together. It'll be kind of tricky though, because like I said before, these come in the thin and thick models, and sometimes they have the V's, and sometimes they don't have the V's on them, like this one is just forged in USA with no V stamp. Depends on how picky you are. Of course, a wrench set is a wrench set, and if you're just using it to work, it doesn't matter if it's got a V or not. But if you're more particular like me, you like those kind of small details. With all the wrenches, I've got a bunch of bags of sockets over here. I'm not going to open them up. Actually, the guy shipped them to me like this. He pictured them all in the auction and then actually put them all in bags, organized and labeled them for me, which was kind of cool because normally they don't do that kind of thing for you. We've got 3 bags of 1/4 inch sockets mixed between metric and SAE. We've got shallow and deep. Most of them are old USA sockets, although there are a couple of modern sockets in there. 3/8 drive. We've got shallow metric SAE. We've got deep. We've got a bag of spark plug sockets over here. I'd say it's probably 1/2 and 1/2 metric and SAE. And then for 1/2 inch drive, we've got more metric and SAE stuff. We got some deep sockets over here, but those were just SAE. We didn't get any deep metric sockets. But we got a lot of metric shallow sockets. There's even one in here is a 32mm. It is one of the modern Craftsman ones, but still 32mm is a pretty nice socket. I think I see a 30 right there. And most of them, 99% of these sockets are USA made. There's probably 400 sockets plus and maybe 150 wrenches if I'm going to guess. It's about 600 tools. I paid $400 for this, fees, shipping, everything included. It was an online eBay auction, and I didn't even realize I won the auction at first. I kind of placed a bid when the auction started. I put in $300, and then 10 days later, I totally forgot I bid on it, and all of a sudden it's asking me to pay, and I won. Might have overpaid a little bit compared to where I normally like to be more around 50 cents a tool on this kind of stuff, but it's okay. I got a couple of key pieces. I won't do bad at 75 cents a piece. I just like to make sure that I can make money on it if I want to, pass on some of these tools. That's it for the tool haul of the day, but I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to keep this one quick and fast because I know it can get boring going after wrench and wrench and wrench and socket, socket, socket. I'm trying to look for some more interesting tools. I love vintage tools. I want to find more vintage Snap-on and Plum, Proto, Williams, even vintage stuff like Husky, you know, back when they were made in USA. So I'm going to start getting back out there on Facebook Marketplace. Going to start trying to find some of that different stuff. I know the wrenches and sockets gets just boring and, you know, repetitive time after time. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know how you think I did. Do you think we got a good deal? Would you buy this deal? Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, because we've got tons of more videos coming out. Just a sneak peek on a couple of things. We are going to be doing a review. Let me just move some of my stuff. I got these Vevor drill dispenser boxes. I always wanted the Hue O drill dispensers. I wanted to buy them used, and I just haven't been able to find them for a decent price, and they are very expensive. You can get all three of these pieces online for $200 shipped to your house. So I went for that because the Hue O box is probably $200 each or more, and it's a great way to organize your drill bits. So we'll be doing a video on that coming soon, and we'll even go to the garage and I'll show you a little sneak peek of something that's coming once we get it put back together. Some of you might be able to recognize it right away. Some of you might have no idea what this is, but this is an old vintage tire machine. This is a Coates 2020 Superman. I got this, was gifted to me by my uncle. It was sitting outside. It had mice living in it. It was rusted. It was nasty and crusty, and it didn't even work. But Nick got in there and he got it going, and we actually did a minor, quick restoration on it. Maybe I'll call it a rustoration. Haha. We decided at a certain point it was enough time spent, so we just kind of WD'd these old panels just so we can keep it from rusting. But I don't mind looking at that kind of vintage patina. So that's another video that will be coming up as well. So stay tuned. We're going to have tool reviews, tool hauls, and much more coming. If you guys are still here, check out NK Landscaping if you get a chance. Nick's over there running the channel for our landscaping business. Day-to-day jobs, we do drainage, excavation, patios, hardscapes, walkways, planting, you name it, you'll see it. Check it down below, links in the description. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.